This is Devotional number 79, and we're looking at the phrase, remember Lot's wife, found in Luke 17:32, and the parallel passage in Genesis 19:26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. We began looking at another passage in our last study yesterday in Deuteronomy 29. And in Deuteronomy 29, there's a very direct reference to Sodom and Gomorrah and their destruction and the other cities of the plain. And in verses 18 to 20, we find the reason for that destruction had to do with this admonition that God gave to the Israelites, that they would also be judged in like manner if they did not heed this warning from God. Deuteronomy 29:18 to 20. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turneth away this day from Jehovah our God, to go and serve the gods of these nations, lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood. And it come to pass, when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to thirst. Jehovah will not spare him, but then the anger of Jehovah and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and Jehovah shall blot out his name from under heaven. The word that we find here, turneth away, in the phrase, whose heart turneth away, here in Deuteronomy 29:18 is very significant. It's Strong's number 6437. And in Proverbs 4:23, we are reminded of our true spiritual nature stems from what is taking place in our heart or soul. We read there, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Everything comes down to what is going on in a person's heart or soul, really is the indicator, and it gives the direction that their life is going to go into. If you remember, Jesus said, out of the heart proceed all kinds of evil things. And from the heart, as a man thinketh, we also read in another proverb, so is he. And what starts in the heart eventually comes out of the mouth, and what comes out of the mouth is going to come out in terms of actions, how the person is going to live their life. Now, this same word, turneth away, that we find here in Deuteronomy 29:18, also is found in Isaiah 53:6, and it describes mankind's bent or inclination for sin. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned. That's Strong's number 6437. We have turned everyone to his own way, and Jehovah hath laid on him, on Christ, the iniquity of us all. And we know that for the true believers, that took place prior to creation, before the foundation of the world. Also, if we go to Deuteronomy 31, 16 to 21, and verse 29, God gives these specific instructions to Moses prior to his death, and it's really pointing to our day in particular. Excuse me. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured. And many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, Are not these evils come upon us, because our God is not among us? And I will surely hide my and I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they are turned. Here again we see this word turn, Strong's number 6437, unto other gods. Excuse me. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten, and filled themselves, and waxen fat, then will they turn, again, that's 64:37, unto other gods, and serve them, and provoke me, and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, that when many evils and troubles befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know, their imagination, which they go about even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear. For I know that after my death ye will utterly corrupt yourselves, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of Jehovah, to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. The Hebrew word that is translated gall in Deuteronomy 32:33, and it's really the word venom. It's essentially poisonous, and please note the reference once again to both Sodom and Gomorrah, whose grapes or fruit produces this lethal spiritual gospel, which is actually spiritual wine. It's the wine of a false gospel or false doctrine. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall. 72:19. Their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom. Same word as gall, 72:19, and the cruel venom of asps.
Oh, clap your hands, all you people, shout to God with a voice of triumph, for the Lord Most High is awesome. He is a great King over all the earth. Oh, clap your hands, all you people, shout to God with a voice of triumph, for the Lord Most High is awesome.